You don't say. Well, here she comes now. You can tell her yourself.
That was Mrs. Longstraw, Willoughby.
Don't interrupt when someone's barking. You were saying? Really? Well, if she keeps wandering off, you might as well put her on a lead.
Willoughby!
Oh, here she comes now.
Willoughby! It's okay. It's okay. Mummy's here. No, you almost think he could talk.
But can Willoughby talk?
Of course he can. Getting him to stop's the problem. How do you learn to talk dog?
Well, how do you think? You master the grammar and
Practice when you can.
right, and avoid mongrels. There's
Far too much slang.
Mhm. Now, I can't stand around talking shop all day.
Talking shop? What a silly expression.
There's nothing silly about it in the least.
Well, what's you buy at a talking shop?
Well, conversations, of course.
Well, I've never been to a talking shop.
But there's only one and it belongs to Mrs. Corry.
Who's Mrs. Corry? Who's Mrs. Corry? Mrs. Corry's older than anyone in the world. She was friends with William before he went conquering, with Vlad before he went impaling, and Alexander when he weren't so great, actually.
Yes, so we'll have to call it a shop in the park.
But there is no shop in the park.
Remember, anything can happen if you let it.
That's it, I'm all out of conversations.
Good day to you, Mrs. Corry.
Well, if it isn't Mary Poppins! And Jane and Michael Banks!
She knows us.
And how is poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks. Your father. Oh, he used to give his nanny the slip and come into my shop in secret.
But it can't have been the same George Banks. That would have been 40 years ago, and nobody can remember back that far.
Listen, dearie, I remember everything. I remember George used to love my gingerbread stars. I wonder if we still have some. Annie! Fanny! Look lively.
Yes, Mother.
George used to save his stars. Now, Mary Poppins, what can I do for you?
Well, I did want an ounce of conversations.
An ounce of conversations? Well, you see, we're kind of out of conversations. And all out of words, too. See, we've had a lot of chatterboxes in here today. But let me see what I can find. Ooh, I do have some letters, and a bit of back chat, too. An ounce, you say? That'll be 15 letters. Go on.
All right. Jane 27.
D, G, R, U, C, I, and L.
But they're no good. You can't make a conversation out of them.
Now you might have said them all.
A, F, S, T, E, O, and P.
And I'll choose X. Now, what words can we make out of those?
I see dog and cat.
Rotoplex, that's 9.
Lapitophorus. 11. That's it. That's nearly there.
But those aren't cats. You made them up.
And where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
You know, we can use the same letters twice. Now let's see. Supercalifragilistic expialodocious.
But that's not a word.
Well, of course it's a word. Unless I'm very much mistaken, it's going to prove to be a rather useful word. When trying to express oneself, it's frankly quite absurd to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity expialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
But it doesn't mean anything.
It can mean exactly what you want to do. Stone-age men were chatting, simply grunting would suffice.
If they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
I'm sure Egyptian pharaohs would have crossed in Egypt. Then every single pyramid would bear this hieroglyph. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Say it and wild animals will not seem so ferocious.
Add some further flourishes, it's supercalifragilistic. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
The Druids would have carved it on their mighty monoliths.
The ancient Greeks and Saxons would have used it in their myths.
Until the Roman Empire only entered the abyss. Because the Latin scholars never had one like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect can be atrocious.
Check your breath before you speak, in case it's halitosis. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Of course, you can say it backwards, but you swipe it like Cecilia got the prefuse.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for to say. To sum it up, there's one thing you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well. And put them in an order that is very hard to spell.
S
S
U
U
P
P
E
E
R C A L I F R A G I L I S T I C E X P I A L I D O C I L U S
Smarty pants.
S U P E R C A L I F R A G I L I S T I C E X P I A L I D O C I O U S S U P E R